Hi, I'm Darrell,
And I'm Elia.
and we are Black Nerdy Scholars. What's going on this week? How
Whew,
have you been?
I've been pretty good. I kind of had like a mini crash out last week over just giving feedback on student papers. I don't know why
hmm
it just felt especially harrowsome. I think it's because
Grading
I give
papers is
myself a tight
always
deadline.
like exhausting. Even when the papers are good, it's just really exhausting.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially, I also feel like there's also no way to avoid just getting fatigued from the
for
papers as you
sure.
go on.
Yeah,
Like how I look at my first paper is differing from how I look at the last paper, and it's like, how do I don't want to be like that, but it's hard not to when we get such a time crunch in
yeah.
what we're doing.
If anyone doesn't know, for like like freshman college English classes, usually for you do quarters, right?
Yeah.
How many essays are they expected to write each quarter?
So they're expected to write the one academic essay, and then they're supposed to do a project which entails like a craft essay and then a
Interesting.
project.
Okay. So we have semesters, and so
Yeah.
we have four essays, and it's like usually it's just like the introductory short thing to just like write something. Then it's academic arguments, which is like forming an actual argument, which is more than just an opinion on something. A lot of people think that it's just like, excuse me, it's like I think this book is good. No. The argument structure usually should be able to be reduced to like X does X verbs Y because of reason to some extent. Right? Like you should be able to kind of condense an argument into that formula. Um, the third one is comparative,
See, this
which
reminds me
should
more of what we did in undergrad.
yeah. Because like at that point you start doing research and like secondary sources and stuff like that, and a lot of people really don't understand what a secondary source is.
They
But then
don't.
again, they don't get what a primary source is either.
They're like, can I use one of my students was like, can I use one of the other books as a secondary source for like the book I'm talking about? And I'm like, well, those are both primary
That would be a
sources.
primary
You
source.
could talk about it, but it's not going to count as a
Yeah.
secondary source.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And then for the fourth essay, it's supposed to be like the multimodal project. Um, but I usually just make it so when I teach, or at least when I have taught thus far, the first essay is like close read something. Like
Yeah.
really granularly close read a scene. Just any scene, as specific as possible. Not just, here's what happens in the scene. No. I want you to talk about how blue the curtains are. Just write about the blue curtains for as long as you can. And
I'm
then it's
taking
like the
this.
argument. Um, Thank you.
Yes.
Academic argument. They always the second essay for me is always the worst essay from them, because it's like going from close reading to academic argument. A lot of students will forget the skill of close
hmm
reading and then just go like, "Well, here's the plot of the book," not making any argument. But usually by the third or fourth, they come around.
See, because the quarter system's weird, and also UC is weird in the sense that my school has its own like writing 101 book
Mm-hmm.
specifically to the school. And basically, the first part is critical reading and rhetoric. That's one quarter. And then
Mm-hmm.
another quarter will be argumentation. It's just straight up argumentation. So the
Mm-hmm.
first I prefer to teach, of course, critical reading and rhetoric because that means I can talk about, you know, novels and
Mm-hmm.
movies.
And
Whereas
they won't read
argumentation,
them.
oh yeah, they won't.
They will
But it's
not
fun to
read those
watch.
books.
Hell, like I even played movies in class, and I had to tell these guys like, I can hear you. I'm in the front, and y'all are the farthest from me, and I can hear you whispering. Like we
Mm-hmm.
gotta work on our whispering skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is crazy because you would think I was showing them like a boring ass documentary. I'm like, no, we're watching
Yeah.
Coraline.
When I teach my students close reading, I try to front load them with as many different non-novel like media as a kid. We'll do a couple poems, we'll do a couple songs, we'll do like short films, but like 5 minute YouTube short films and stuff like that. And one of the things that I love doing, I have a unit on Kendrick Lamar's Damn,
Oh, cool.
where like we'll go through that, and I love that session because one, it's so exciting to not have to feel like I have to justify going through Damn because it won a Pulitzer. Like, come on, we're not going to study the Pulitzer winner in the literature class. Like, come on. And so that's exciting. But even students that don't listen to Kendrick or even rap and hip hop in general are so like jazzed to study a thing that is like theirs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I let them pick what I was teaching the contemporary gothic, so I said anything you could think of that you think you can make a rhetorical argument that it falls within the genre, you can use it. So of course you're free to use stuff in the class, but I encourage you to pick something that you feel personally connected with. I had a student who did Machiavelli by Tupac, which I thought
Yeah.
was really cool. He was like, "Hey, do you think I could use this?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, you could use this." I'm like, "Did any of my other students do anything cool?"
There's a line, and let me, if you don't mind, just
Go
really quick.
ahead.
There's a line, and usually when I walk them through Damn, right?
Hmm.
I'll like do different assignments. We'll go through the first song, which is that prelude. Um, and Damn, where it's like the blind woman that he tries to help, and then she shoots him, and then it does uh the recording of the Fox News hosts talking about him
Hmm.
before going to DNA. And so then I'll go through DNA a little bit, going line by line, reading it as slowly as you're taught to read poetry, right? Like each single line is supposed to be its own massive weight of thing. And the line that I love going through with them hold on, one, two, three, the fourth line of the song. Well, it's in the chorus, but the fourth line of the song. And I got all that stuff. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I love that line because I'll ask them, why do you think I isolated this one? And they're like, I don't know. Usually they won't ask anything. They won't say anything. A lot of freshmen, or honestly
Yeah,
college students, but freshmen will just,
we'll
if
just
I
stare at
don't
you.
know, they'll just stare at you. They'll just stare at you like head empty, no thoughts. And I'm like, please just be wrong. Like just be wrong in front of us so we can move on. But I like
Honestly,
walking through
true.
them because I'll be like, each of these words are the name of a prominent song in like black hip hop discography. Like going back, because like Power is Kanye West from like what 2000, when is My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy? That's it, right?
Yeah,
Right? Oh,
I don't know the year
hey.
though.
I'm pretty sure that's that one. That's Kendrick. That's or Kanye West, and then Poison is Belle Biv DeVoe,
Yeah, wait, it's
and
like
then
that
there's
girl
Joy
is
and Pain, but
poison.
it's flipped because he's going backwards in the chronology, and they're like, and so they love that day, and then as soon as we stop doing close reading, they forget that they're supposed to do close reading. What
It's
were you
like
saying?
I'm glad it.
Go
What
ahead.
were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Honestly, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. You were talking about a thing your students did this week that really
Yes.
got under your nerves.
Yes. So I know this isn't their fault. They come to English class, and typically the only genre model you might be working with in a traditional English class is just writing an academic essay. So this week, we're moving on to do a project in which they're supposed to explore other genre models outside of, popular genre models. So, podcasts, articles, book reviews,
Can
movie
you can
reviews.
you just for anyone's edification give a
Yes.
more baser description of what genre model means in this
Yes,
writing
yes.
fashion?
Yeah, so a genre model is basically a mode you're working within, and each mode has rhetorical choices. So, for example, a book article, a movie review, of course, is going to, you'll include some shots from the movie that you want to like hone in on. So
Yeah.
that's an example of a rhetorical choice that's specific to a movie. So basically, I find the problem with, you know Also, it's also confusing because another portion of the class is they're looking at a specific genre, just like, like a book genre. Like I do
Hmm.
contemporary gothic, some people do pastoral, some people do gay and lesbian literature and stuff. So I think they get confused because it's like, oh, that's a genre, but you also want to
Hmm.
work with genre models. Can
Hmm.
I just write an essay? And I'm like, no.
They love, can I just write an essay?
And
And
it's
I'm
like,
like, you guys don't want to
actually,
have fun? And the answer is no.
yeah,
They
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 don't want to have
don't. They
fun.
don't want to have fun. They want to get through this class that they don't think they need so
Hmm.
they can be stock traders or whatever the hell.
Yeah, and I know they keep that chat on them, that like chat GPT on them.
I don't think I've had too much of an experience with ChatGPT, or I'm just bad at spotting it and people let it go through. But I'm fairly confident that I haven't experienced too much of it.
I,
But like we can tell most
yeah,
of the time.
yeah, because it's like the thing about the chat writing, it's one, it's like technically perfect in a way that
Yeah,
a freshman student would not, like.
yeah,
There's no type of errors, no nothing.
yeah.
Like
There's
you'll
not
even
a single dropped comma. They're using
nope.
semicolons.
Like I
I
know the
have to beg my students to use a fucking semicolon. Oh my god.
honestly, truly. And another problem is at my school, we incorporated our own, basically like a chat GPT,
Our
but
school has a
for our
generative
school.
AI too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So
in
there's,
fact, one
yeah.
of the recent initiatives is them like pushing for it. There was an
Yeah, they're pushing
initiative
it
that they're
now.
like, by 2030, each student is going to have their own personal AI assistant. And I'm like, okay, well then why go to school? Why am I
Exactly.
paying you a cajillion dollars for the robot to teach me?
Exactly. Oh, and then they're gonna
Okay,
get rid of us and replace us with assistant AI assistant instructors.
man. The it's such a bummer
It
how
is.
much we know people need this class.
Oh
But
yeah.
people just don't see it. Like people talk about how like, oh, media literacy's dead. You guys don't understand anything. Yes, because you're not paying attention in English class. It's
Exactly.
really that. Honestly, media literacy is kind of a misnomer. It's just literacy.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
just
being
a
able to
latter stage of
understand.
literacy.
And you know what? Not to bring it back to genre, but they don't even know how to distinguish different, like, reading genres. Like
Yeah.
students, they don't understand satire anymore. Do you remember that satire story about the guy and he's like, "Hey, we should eat babies." It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
an
yeah. The
Irish.
Utopia
Yeah.
by
Like,
what's his name?
um
Very important.
oh yeah. You can, like, all go
Utopia
into,
short
you'll see a
story.
post, a satirical TikTok or something, and you'll get it. And then you'll see the comments is like obviously full of people who lack an understanding of satire, and that kind of
Thomas
surprised.
More.
Yeah.
Thomas More Utopia is a short story from 1516, and is a satire of like the parliamentary like system at the time. And it
Mhm.
was like, I've got a solution to all of our problems. What if we ate our babies? Right? That solves food, that solves overpopulation, there's more houses, and then by eating our babies, we can weed out the best baby. But it's like supposed to be a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the OG
satire's
bit.
kind of dead because like things are so absurd that
That
everyone takes everything at face value.
now it's like the Onion article used to be satire, but now it's like, why does this real life headline read like an Onion article?
Yeah.
Like we're getting to
Onion
that.
scrambling to
Yeah,
make their shit sound more absurd.
that's really what's happening. It's like, oh shit,
Uh-huh.
they stole our jig.
Yeah.
Gig.
Speaking of contemporary gothic, we both watched Guillermo del Toro's
Guillermo
Frankenstein. Yeah, you say it. You're more
Guillermo del Toro.
I'm not going to finish that. Don't
But
cancel me, please.
yes, we both watched it, and I think we might have some differing opinions on it, so this will be
Yeah.
fine.
So, okay, you seemed more excited about it than I
Yes.
was. So, you should go first.
Okay. So, I I'm a lover of the gothic to the point that when I actually I'm a
Can
lover
you
of the
define
monster.
gothic for us really quick?
Yeah, so the gothic is a period in the Victorian era in which I think it started with Castle of Otranto. Please don't read that.
That sounds right.
It's kind of funny though. Actually, if you do read it, there's like a cat, the giant helmet falling on the prince. Never
Mm-hmm.
mind. But anyways, the gothic genre. But yes, so the gothic essentially is exploring what people with it started with people within Victorian society exploring what they feared most. So what did the British fear most during that time? One, multiculturalism. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
look at all these colors coming up in our country. This can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
But also the Victorians about a fear of modernity. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's all these new people and these new tradition and these new
This deep fear of getting too far away from Christianity.
yeah. It's really at its root.
But then
Which
also
is
there's a pervasive fear of Catholicism specifically.
oh
It's
yeah.
like too much, too specific of Christianity bad, but not enough also kind of bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
for examples, it's like Frankenstein, obviously,
Frankenstein is
Dracula,
I'm like
Dr.
if you want
The Strange Tale, the Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
the less fantastical you got like Jane Eyre. I think that's key to
Sure.
the I mean there's some spooky elements, but
Yeah.
Dorian Gray, the picture of Dorian Gray.
This is also kind of like where genre fiction was born. Not
Yes.
that there weren't genres beforehand. A lot of the most fundamental literature or epics, which have transformed entire societies that we still go on now, which are now just kind of like superhero tales.
Hell,
like
we're even
the
getting an
genre
Odyssey
fiction.
movie next year.
And I'm gonna go see it. I'm
I'm so hyped.
I'm set. I'm ready. I think the thing that I'm
Did you
worried
see
about
Tom
the most
Holland?
is Tom Holland. I was just about to say it because he
I
has
think he looks
iPhone
great.
face. I so disagree. I so disagree. He has iPhone face. You look at him and you're like, that guy knows what an iPhone is. I'm just fully sucked out whenever I see Tom Holland and his slightly too big forehead. But I'm sure it's gonna be great, and he's a capable actor. I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
He's gonna trick us.
I hope so. Trick me, please. It's gonna be 3.5 hours, probably. Yeah.
I want to know who's in the cast so bad.
It's what Tom Holland,
or like
Brad
who's
Pitt,
playing
Matt
who?
Damon. Matt Damon is Odysseus.
Yeah,
I saw John
choice.
Bernthal in there.
I feel like he's gotta be Ares. He's
one of the people back home because he's in the trailer. In the trailer for Christopher Nolan's
There's
The
a
Odyssey.
trailer. Oh.
Yeah, there was a trailer from like a couple months ago that fully was like coming out 1 year from now. Well, don't drop the trailer then. That's too soon. That I digress. Genre fiction was kind of born in this, especially like contemporary understandings of horror stem from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Absolutely.
Okay, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yes, I do think it's important to note that, which I also found an interesting rhetorical choice, not to bring it back to my class, but Guillermo was very clear about this not being a horror movie, which although I don't even think Frankenstein is horror necessarily, but you know, most iterations of Frankenstein are like traditional horror movies.
Yeah.
And also, you know,
people think of like the "It's alive"
yes,
kind of Frankenstein. Yeah.
Which is also very interesting because, you know, from the book we know the monster's like extremely sentient and Nigga read Paradise Lost. I haven't even read Paradise Lost.
I've only read
to completion.
The first act. Yeah, I've only read the first act because that's where a lot of the good stuff is, apparently. Because that's where all the like Lucifer stuff is.
I
he's like the best part of it.
He's great.
Yes. Not horror. There is some like body horror-y stuff. Like it is graphic. It is very graphic.
He's big on body horror.
Obviously, from this point, spoilers for Del Toro's
Major
Frankenstein.
Spoilers.
But remember when that dude fell and it smacked his skull in the bottom of the pit, and he picked him up and his goddamn brains was falling out. Oh, or when my god, when he pulled the wolf off of him and his skin, I had to look away. I'm gonna be sick. It felt like watching The Substance for a second.
Oh yeah, I will say about the head. I thought that was a very good way to demonstrate how Victor does not give a fuck about anyone besides him. I won't even say the monster, but just like his path towards his obsession. His obsession. Yeah. So we see like his apathy
Yeah.
Like he didn't even give like. I mean, that nigga was obviously dead, but he was
It's
like, "Oh, he
hard to
dead.
get a
Bye."
man to care when he's dedicated his life to getting his father to love him.
Oh yeah. And
There's
then we.
a really quick tangent about like that kind of play. This is not going to be related at all. Well, it is going to be related, but the it's going to feel like a really big pivot in West Wing, right? The old series by Aaron Sorkin, West Wing, starring Martin Sheen and like Rob Lowe and like the rest of them. A bunch of people. Bradley Whitford, doesn't matter. Dudley Hill. There's this scene in like season 4 where the president. Sorry, the West Wing is about like life in the West Wing of the. I really like the show. Very neoliberal, but very well written. The president can't sleep, and they like sneak a psychiatrist in to try to help him sleep. And he's like, I haven't been able to sleep since my employee called me out on my dad hitting me. And he was like, stop trying to get your dad to love you. And he's like, I'm not trying to get my dad to love you. And then the psychiatrist was like, good, because he never will. He never will. Move on, right? And really, that all this is just say that Frankenstein needed that. Yeah. And in the movie, it's so. By the way, Charles Dance as
He's like the
Mr.
best
Frankenstein.
awful father.
No one plays a bad dad better than Charles Dance. He's so great. And he's not in the movie for very long, but he's so great and incredible in everything he does.
His impact continues throughout the movie.
Mia Goth Mom was interesting. I didn't expect her twice.
I love that. Not to get all Freudian.
I knew you were going to talk about Freud. Lay it on there. If anyone doesn't know, Mia Goth plays from both Pearl fame. Plays both Frankenstein. You go ahead. I'm talking over you. Go ahead.
Yes. So Mia Goth plays both Frankenstein's mom as well as the woman who he's eventually obsessed with. Why did I just forget her name? Elizabeth. That's like the easiest name to remember.
Yeah, that's like perfect dead love interest name.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love
like
it because
Sarah is perfect dead daughter name.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I love the choice to make them both Mia Goth because you get the vibe in the story that obviously Victor has this weird connection with his mom and Elizabeth, and it's like obviously he's projecting even. Yes. And he's projecting the image of his mother onto Elizabeth. And I'm like, I love it because it's like, do they even actually look alike, or is this just his unreliability and his memory? Like that ultimately doesn't even matter, I don't think. But I just
because it's like they could look alike, and no one else says anything about it, right? Even the brother that's like with her, like she died in childbirth, so he never met her, so she very much could like diegetically look like the mom, but it's never brought up, and so like the ambiguity of it, I think, is so pointed. I think that is good. I think the movie is pointed a lot, and I don't like it a lot of the times. But keep talking about Freud. Oh, you want me to say more?
I think I'm fine with the Freud. I mean, we already know the whole.
Because I thought it was fine. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I think there was some good stuff. I think most importantly, the sets looked incredible. Like, it looked really good.
The cinematographer needs an award for sure.
Okay. I don't know about that, but it wasn't bad. I think what was on screen was good, and the way it was captured, it was fine. I think that was fine. I think Jacob Elordi as the creature was really, really good when I couldn't see his face. But when I could see his face, I was like, that's Jacob Elordi, right? And it kind of sucked me out of it a little bit. But what I was going to say, pointed. I think there's nothing, like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with, like, changing from the source material. But the way that this changed from the source material made it so that way the creature, the Frankenstein's monster, was sympathetic off rip. There was never a moment where you weren't sympathetic towards the monster. And not to be like it was better in the books, but I think the central theme, or one of the central themes to Frankenstein, being that Frankenstein was the monster,
Yeah.
needs ambiguity to
Hmm.
work. Do you know what I mean? Because in the
I do know what you
book,
mean.
if you haven't read the book, you've probably read the book more recently. I've because you studied the Gothic.
Yeah.
Like the creature gets made and then flees right immediately, like gets separated, and then he goes, "My creation's gone. Going to live my life." The creature goes. He learns language. He comes back, kills the brother, um, finds him, and is like, "Make me a wife." He says yes, and then he's like, "Oh, you might have babies." Then he says no. He's like, "I'm gonna find you, Victor, and I'm gonna kill your wife." And then he does, like years later. Um, but like showing so much of the like Victor, like the oh, he's so in it. He's just a big like soft guy that needs love of a mother and not the abuse of this father. It would be fine if the movie did not explicitly say, Victor, you are the monster. I didn't like that. There's a scene like towards the end when the brother is dying, when he gets his head busted in, and he's like, "Oh, this is all your fault. You are the monster." I don't think you should not be allowed to say that line in a Frankenstein text. I think that should be for us to decide, personally. I think that is a thing that we should decide. But the to the pointed thing, I didn't like that aspect of it. I think there was a lot of stuff that I would have preferred to be more subtle than it was.
Okay. I could see how some portions of that were a bit on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I I do enjoy some of the choices made with the monster. But I also
Sure.
think
Like
I
what?
do think uh well no, first I was going to say that
Okay, sorry.
oh no, it's okay. I thought that I think thinking about what Frankenstein's monster means today, of
Mm-hmm.
course, with especially with the history of how Frankenstein was utilized in media in the past. So one
Mm-hmm.
fun fact is that in a lot of anti-abolition media, they would use there was like even like a specific instance where they used the language used about the monster within the original book to essentially describe the runaway slave.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what the monster represents is what okay, cut this
No, no, no,
out.
keep going, keep going.
Yeah, so I think what the monster represents today, of course, and what story to be put out with the monster, I do think that's perhaps related to the very overt. It did feel a bit overt, like the difference between like the true monster is Victor, but I guess what
Mm-hmm.
works about the book is that, like you said, Mary Shelley lets you decide for herself through the actions that like okay, obviously it's not as clean cut
Mm-hmm.
as it seems, but also I'm like I also feel like maybe I want to talk to one of my non-academic friends. No offense to
Yeah.
you, Darrell. I'm just
No, no,
like,
I get it. Like, you and I have been trained a
yeah.
specific way that is
So it
definitely
seems super,
harder to
yeah,
turn off.
yeah.
Because it seems like a lot of people really like this movie, and like I didn't dislike it. Again, like I don't this. My issues with it are not me trying to convince anybody
Oh no,
not
no,
to
no.
enjoy this movie. Well, I
Because
have
a
to
lot
make
of the
that disclaimer
themes.
because you know how people are. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
well, I thought it was great. Good, good. I applaud you. Good. I'm glad you thought it
yeah,
was good.
yeah. But I'm curious to. I want to talk to see what people think about it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
is this because it does feel on the nose in many regards? But it's like, is
Mm-hmm.
that just because I've read Frankenstein like 5 times, and
Yeah.
I'm very clear on the dichotomy between like the sciences and the monster.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that
but
was really hard for me to put away too, because I think in
mhm,
the movie, one of the central themes again is more about love
Yes.
and like
Yeah, he said it was going to be a love story, I remember.
it like this idea about creation needing like love to it.
Hmm.
Whereas I don't think, I just thinking about the original text, it was less about love and more about God and
Hmm.
women, right? It's like the crux of the original text, because Mary Shelley was like stuck in a lodge with her boyfriend that also, or her future husband that eventually that like was not great to her. Um,
Yeah. And
it's
also
yeah,
the
yeah.
horrors of like childbirth
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
It's like
motherhood.
men cannot create without God or women
Hmm.
is kind of like the tagline to the original Frankenstein.
Hmm.
And it doesn't seem like that's what this is. As it seems like more like, instead of man cannot create without God or woman, it's like man cannot be good fathers without God or women.
I,
Um
I I will say I think my related to my biggest critique of the movie
mhm,
is at the end when we get Frankenstein and the monster and
mhm,
the whole like I'm sorry, I'm a terrible father.
uh-huh.
Forgive me and yourself. I don't know. Maybe this is my bias towards being a Victor Frankenstein hater, but I'm like, I don't know. I kind of wanted Victor to just die being
Yeah.
a
Like I
terrible
think
dad.
Oscar Isaac's Victor got kind of neutered towards the end. Like
Because he was really terrible at the beginning. That
yeah.
was great. He was shit. I was hating on
Yeah.
him hard.
I think it would be more meaningful for the creature to forgive Frankenstein in the face of him still being a shitty guy.
Yeah,
Like I will
I'm
kill you,
not.
monster.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and also I do think I would have liked. It would have been nice if the creature would have been able to have some like bad behavior because we know why the creature does what he be killing niggas in the book, and we know why he does that. It's a
Mm-hmm.
reaction to how he's like treated and rejected from society, and also
Mm-hmm.
just him being
And
like
by
Victor.
Victor specifically. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like, hey Victor, you you said you was finna give me a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't even do that. You
Love
brought
me,
me
my
against my
bitch.
will. Exactly.
I probably
Like,
should make those hand signs.
blur those out. Just
But yeah, put a big black box over that. Yeah.
but yeah, so I do think I thought it was interesting how, making Victor more responsible in the deaths of his like family. I do think that kind of worked. So like, okay, he's more
Sure.
directly responsible than the book. That was good for a movie. That
Yeah,
was a good
yeah.
choice. But
And
I do think
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
the monster should have been able to, he was never really bad at any point.
Yeah, he
Which I
was
feel
there.
like,
There was
yeah.
no confusion about whether the monster is bad. Which one of the things I said like 30 minutes in. And by the way, I think the pacing is weird because it's like the first hour is the Victor story, and then the second hour is the creature story, and then there's like 20 minutes at the end that is just like they're together now. I remember like half an hour into the movie, I was like, I kind of wish I saw the creature less. I wish I didn't see him as much by now. It just kind of feels like it took away the aura from him. Um,
I think it doesn't help that Jacob Elordi's pretty attractive. So
yeah,
I'm like,
and he just like has such a silhouette that I'm like, that's Nate. That's Nate from Euphoria.
he he acted his ass off. Like I was very
Yeah,
upset and feeling for the monster.
yeah,
But I
for
do think it
sure.
was an opportunity to perhaps even play more with like shadow. Also, maybe they could make the creature a little uglier. Because the
They could
thing
have made him
about it
uglier. Yeah.
is that Jacob Elordi is a cis white man. He's attractive. He's tall. So, I think the thing about the creature, especially in the original iteration, is that the creature stands out a lot in society. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of course he would stand out because he's tall, but like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's seeing a 6'5" white man and be like, ah! You
Yeah.
know? So I do think you don't have to make I do think that some choices could have been made with that in mind more to make him a little more horrific. I mean, like,
Or even
maybe,
just obscure him more.
yeah, you could play with
Like
shadows
put
and
him in
lighting.
darkness. Like I think there was not very much shadow to the movie. Which
It was very
I
light.
don't think is a like. I think it worked for what the movie was going for. In general, I guess. I honestly think this isn't even a really complaint. This is more about the issues and or even nuances of adaptation, because the original book is a book, and so everything that you read, like the things that you see, you have to imagine based on words. And so much of like the horror of the
Hmm.
original is like, oh, I peered out into the darkness and I could see his smile coming through, and I was like, he's in the bushes, and then no one saw him in the bushes, right? But now
Yeah.
it's like Jacob Elordi hunched behind a thing, and I'm like, there
And
he
his little
is.
booty shorts.
And his little fucking tidy whities. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mia Goth as Elizabeth was great. I think she was the
Loved
highlight for
her.
me. I was
I
surprised
love
by
her so
how
much.
interested I was in Mia Goth's Elizabeth.
Yeah, because honestly, when I read Frankenstein, I'm not too into Elizabeth's there. I feel like I'm more interested in like his mother who was like absent. And I
Mm-hmm.
also am more, I also do think it's interesting, but I understand why they Justine never makes it to any adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would probably disrupt the flow of the movie, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest, if you include her trial.
Yeah. Yeah, for
But
sure.
like I my other gripe, which I don't know if this is a legit gripe, this might just be the monster fucker in me. But I wanted more from Elizabeth than the creature. Like I feel like you're telling me there's this,
Yeah. Shape
there's
of
this
Water
very
2. I need you to fuck
yeah.
that monster.
Nobody ever gets to fuck the monster. I feel like she got closest though in Shape of
I never
Water.
saw Shape of Water. They don't fuck in Shape of Water? And in
No.
Grinding Nemo?
No. I was actually quite sad. They do have,
What's
they
the
dance around.
point?
They maybe kiss. But
They
coming back
maybe
to
kiss.
honestly, I don't even think they kiss. But you know what? It's kind of coming back to our convo last week about the forbidden
Sure,
pairs.
yeah. Well,
I
no,
do think it was
because like Hellboy kisses what's her face in Hellboy. That's Guillermo del Toro, right?
yeah.
He kisses Selma Blair. I don't remember the character's name.
Is she
Um,
also a monster of sorts?
she has She has like fire powers in
Okay,
that
I will
movie,
say I think that might be a difference because it's
but she
like
looks human. And like there's a human guy that tries to smash too in the first one, and then Hellboy's like kind of like on that Shrek beat where he's
mhm.
like, "She'll never love me. I'm ugly," and then she's like, "I do love you." And then they have a baby in this by the end of the second one or something, or she gets pregnant by the end of the second one or something.
Wait, okay, remind me, is Hellboy based on a comic?
Hellboy is based on a comic.
Okay,
Yes, by somebody whose name I don't remember, and
okay.
I think it started out as neither DC and
Hmm.
or Marvel, but it might be one of those now. I think it might be Dark Horse. I don't know. That's something Googleable that I'm not gonna Google because I don't wanna.
Yes. I I honestly I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it's more beautiful that they never smash or anything in the Shape of Water. It's just so
Yeah,
and then you
maybe
feel
I'm just too
sad.
Bridgerton pilled. I've been watching a lot of Bridgerton, and honestly, I was
Too
thinking
much
about that too
erotica.
in Del Toro's
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Like whenever they were going to the ball, and I was like, they're gonna play Miley Cyrus on the strings, please. Yeah,
They're gonna play it as the creature and Elizabeth smashed, and then Victor's in the background screaming at the window.
just at the bars. No. Remind me to talk about Bridgerton in office hours because I do have a
Oh, for
lot to
sure.
say, but that's for special
Yes.
content for sure.
You know what? You know what? A great choice I liked when one of my favorite moments is when Victor is like, anything, say anything besides my fucking name, and
He's
then
like,
the monster, and I won't kill you, and he's like Elizabeth, and he's like, fuck no, I'm killing that nigga right now.
mm-hmm.
Love that
Yeah.
choice.
And I liked that scene. I
Hmm.
didn't like the scene that followed with him blowing it up.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that was like,
I think it was like kind of corny. But I don't think that's bad. Or actually, it's not even that. I think there's a lot of CG in
hmm
this movie, and a lot of it looks noticeable. Not bad, but it's like, oh, I can tell that wolf is fake. There's just something
Okay.
about the way it's moving made me go, oh yeah, look at those fake wolves.
This is when people would like put on the little suit, like Jacob in Twilight
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
becomes his wolf self.
yeah,
Yeah, I honestly I thought it was kind of funny. Well, like, but not in like an on purpose way.
mm-hmm.
And then like Victor like accidentally blows himself,
Yeah,
tears his leg clean off. I
mm-hmm.
think that was the part where I was like, ah, you know, when you see the
Yeah,
muscle like torn.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm like,
There was some gory shit in this
yeah.
film that I mean, I guess it worked. It
But
worked. I
honestly,
had to watch like this a couple times,
I'm
with my
I'm,
hands
I'm
over my eyes.
satisfied with it as like a dark fantasy overall.
I'm
Is it my
satisfied
favorite?
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Is it
the
my
best way to
favorite
describe it.
Guillermo movie? Absolutely. Wait,
Well,
have you
now you got
seen?
to go down the list. What's the
Okay,
ranking for Del Toro's filmography?
okay. So I haven't seen Crimson Peak, so I can't include this into the.
Same.
I definitely should watch it because it seems extremely gothic, and I know there's
Yeah,
like
that's
incest
your whole
and shit.
brand. That's your bag.
Yeah, but I think my absolute favorite. Oh, it's hard. It's either his Pinocchio, which oh my god, his Pinocchio was
Really?
so good. Yeah, you should definitely
I've
watch it.
heard that it was good, but
I cried for so long when I
word.
watched
Okay,
that.
I'll add that to the
Yeah,
list. That's
yeah.
exciting.
It's of course, you know, we have Pinocchio with like Disney, but it's actually it's a dark fairy tale. And I think one of the things I love is that like Pinocchio is technically he's a sentient in the sense that he can die, but every time he dies, his whole thing is like, oh, you will take even longer to come back. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
each time how long he stays dead will increase.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we see Pinocchio die multiple times in the movie. Like one time, this nigga gets shot by Mussolini because,
Sure.
yes, he makes up a mean song about Mussolini, and Mussolini's like,
Like the
y'all better
real Mussolini from the Axis
yeah,
powers or whatever. Okay.
yep,
Okay.
yep. So he basically he works at a circus, and they're supposed to
Yeah,
put
yeah,
on
yeah.
a performance for Mussolini, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna make up this bad song about Mussolini because I don't want to work here anymore. And yeah, that's how he dies one of the final
I
times.
I love the concept of Pinocchio. Just like as a conceit, I love
Mhm.
the like fake guy wants to be real guy. Like
Yeah.
I love that. But when I think of Pinocchio now, the only thing I can think of is Dimension 20, Lou Wilson's Pinocchio.
What's that?
Dimension 20 is a Dungeons and Dragons actual play anthology series
Oh,
on
cool.
dropout.tv. Dropout.tv is like the streaming service that came out of the ashes of College Humor.
Oh,
If
cool.
you
I
remember
remember
College
College
Humor?
Humor. Yeah,
Yeah,
used to
College Humor
watch that.
started um College Humor was popular on YouTube. I keep going like, should I explain this? But like, children are on the
It's
internet. Yeah, now they probably don't remember College Humor. It was just like skit comedy.
yeah.
Around 2019 or so, like that, College Humor went to make a streaming service called Dropout, and then
Oh, cool.
something happened. I don't remember what that missing piece was, but it was being funded by some in like big like Yahoo
Oh,
or Amazon or I don't know. There or like Google or something like there was like a bigger like big corporation that was trying to that bought it and like funded it, and then they were like, we don't have the money, we're canceling it, we're getting rid of it.
damn.
And the current CEO, Sam Reich, I believe, like got the rights to it and they had to like lay off like 90% of their workforce.
Damn.
And then he held it together as best he can. And so when Dropout first like really launched, there were kind of only two new things to it. This show called or no three things. There was a game show called Actually, which was like people would come in and it's like nerd trivia, video games, anime, movies, books, stuff like that. Nerd trivia game. This game called Game Changer, which is like a it's a game show, but the rules of it are different in each episode. An incredible show. And then Dimension 20, which was the tabletop actual play. Cut to years later, they did a season called Never After, in which it was like gothic horror fairy tales.
Ooh.
And one of the characters played Pinocchio, and he did a voice like this the whole time. And it was so funny. And it's like,
Not Shrek Pinocchio.
spoilers. He at some point kind of gets revealed to be like the chosen one of a thing at some point, and he's like, okay, okay. And so whenever I think of Pinocchio, I think of Lou Wilson, doing his Pinocchio voice.
Lou Wilson's Pinocchio or Pinocchio from Shrek.
Lou Wilson's Pinocchio. I honestly forgot that there was a Pinocchio in Shrek. Fake
Stop!
fan.
How could you forget that
Not
thong?
the gumdrop button. Yeah. Classic. Why did I bring this up?
Because we were
ranking
talking
Del
about my
Toro.
favorite
Del Toro.
movies.
Yeah. We're back. We're
So-
back, baby.
I will say, while that might be my favorite, the best one, and also the one I don't know if I could watch again, I'm still torn on, is Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
That's probably one of the most devastating movies I've
Pan's
ever
Labyrinth
watched in
is
my
the
life.
this guy, right?
Yep.
I
So
don't remember his name.
not
the
the
guy
one with
the eyes
David
on his
Bowie.
hands?
Yeah, not the David Bowie one. That one's fun.
David
This
Bowie?
Bowie, sorry.
No, that's Labyrinth. Not Pan's Labyrinth. Those are two
No,
different
I'm saying
movies.
no. I'm telling them not to mistake it. Pan's Labyrinth
But
for the one with David
Labyrinth is
Bowie.
also good.
No, it is great.
Labyrinth is really good. That's a movie
But
about getting
A key
period.
distinction though is Labyrinth is like, I would say it's more lighthearted, whereas Pan's Labyrinth is extremely dark. So you definitely don't want to mix that up if you're going to, because you're gonna get like two completely different vibes.
Totally.
But yeah,
I think I may have seen Pan's Labyrinth once, and I think it scared me so bad that I never finished it, and I don't remember anything except there's a goat guy and this guy.
I love the I forgot what he's called.
eye hands guy.
Yes. So
And
it's a dark fantasy.
Is that who does him? Who does his mocap? Because he also does Abe.
Is that the guy who be doing like all the long body like like Mama and what other monsters has he? Did he do?
All right, now I'm going in.
Ah,
Doug Jones.
Yes,
Yeah,
I love him.
He is a legend. He's the fish guy in Shape of Water. He's the zombie guy in Hocus Pocus. He's the eye guy in Pan's Labyrinth. He's Abe in Hellboy. I think he's the Silver Surfer in the Silver Surfer. Apparently he's in Nosferatu. Yeah.
Body acting is some of the best actors.
Yeah. He also kind of looks like David Bowie, so it doesn't help that they get confused. Doug Jones, he's great. Great. Him, Andy Serkis, and Alan Tudyk are like the trinity for that. Guys playing weird little freaks.
Yeah.
And that is their bag. They are international treasures. Especially Andy Serkis. I love Andy Serkis.
I'm like, what is Andy Serkis in?
He's Gollum.
Oh,
he's Gollum.
Did
you see the Planet of the Apes trilogy?
Yeah.
He's Caesar.
Oh, I fucking love Caesar. Oh my god, I love that nigga.
Caesar. I love that trilogy. I adore that trilogy. It is so good.
But I do really like
Planet. You didn't see War for the Planet of the Apes? It's Dawn. No, it's Rise and then Dawn and then War. And then they're starting a new series off of it and the first one's called Kingdom.
Yeah.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I watched that. Like Descendants.
It's like where Planet of the Apes would take place now. Like it's like way in the future. The apes from the planet. Most of the humans are like like they're like brain empty. And there's like new people, stuff like that. I enjoyed it. I think it's a good first movie to a potentially good trilogy. But it's stale. I think my least favorite thing about it is that like they know there's going to be like trilogy 2, and so there's stuff that happens in it that goes unresolved that I'm like, oh, that's going to be in the sequel. Like spoilers, there's like the wiser old man dies. Like he like goes to save like a girl or something and then gets washed away in a river, and they're like, no, he's dead. And I'm like, he's not dead. He's just in the second movie.
Where's
No
his
body, no
body?
death. Exactly. He's not dead. He's gonna wash up in the second or the third movie, and they're gonna be like, "Hey,
You know what? Not to go on a complete tangent,
go on
but
the tangent.
I feel like the knowledge of that no body, no death.
No
I
body,
just
no
feel like
death."
I can never be surprised by any character
Yeah,
unless
I
you just
feel
shoot that nigga
so
on
jealous.
screen.
I feel so jealous of people that are like. So I watch reaction content sometimes
Yes,
because I love living vicariously through people that are so amused by everything. Because it's
yes.
like let's say in that hypothetical person gets washed away, they're like, oh no, oh, I liked him, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's not dead.
You know
He's
what?
not dead.
You know what I compare that feeling to? To watching the SpongeBob movie for the first time as a child, and them niggas are on the getting fried the fuck up by the lamp, and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, SpongeBob finna
Holy shit, they
die.
killed SpongeBob.
They killed SpongeBob and Patrick. I was really
Gosh.
sitting there like, oh my gosh, they killed them all. But I don't know if I've ever felt that type of sensation to a false death since then.
Yeah. I get annoyed by false deaths, honestly.
Yeah, I'm like, unless it's, I don't know, you're just following the book. I know some people pretend
Yeah.
like they're not, even though I do think it's kind of a overused trope. You really have to find a good justification for me to be like, okay, well, I knew that nigga was finna come back.
Yeah. I also
You know
just
what?
sorry, you finish your thing.
I was just gonna say, put a bullet in a motherfucker's head. Let me see that. Him 10 on the floor, and then bring him back. Maybe I'll
That's
buy
like
it.
anime
Wait,
shit. That's
I
like
watch too much
comic
anime
book stuff.
clearly. Actually, you know what? I will say, and Tyler Perry actually did a decent job at the false death in
I have no idea what you're talking about, and
in Beauty and Black.
so excited. That's the
Oh,
Netflix
yeah.
series, right?
Yes,
I've heard it sucks.
It's bad, but it's so much fun.
Okay.
It's so fun. So there's a point where basically,
What is Beauty and Black about first?
Okay.
What is it about?
So it's about this very evil ass conglomerate. Okay, I like to think of the family as like a black succession family in the sense that like everybody sucks and is morally gray, but really they're just like pretty evil.
Sure.
But basically they own like a hair company. They're
Morally
getting sued.
gray, more like morally black.
Black. Like there's some dialogue that is just like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is absurd.
Well,
but basically, the dad, he really hates his family. Like he hates his family, his ex, his kids. So he's like, I want to basically take my fortune away from my family. He's okay. Also interesting is the dad is also closeted gay, and his son is gay, but he be homophobic as fuck to his son, even though he's gay too. But anyways, he finds the stripper, whose best friend.
What is the stripper's gender?
She's a woman.
Okay.
So he goes to see her, but she clocks him quickly, like, oh, he's gay.
Dad goes to see woman stripper.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, keep going.
Yes. And he's really interested in her best friend, who's a man. So she basically sets him up.
Dad is interested in male friend to woman stripper.
Wait, the male friend is also a stripper.
Okay. Okay, cool. See, good thing I asked before, right?
Yes.
I'm ahead of it.
Yes.
They're gonna send me to the whoop gulag for that one.
Oh, yeah. But basically, there's a point where they want to... Oh, okay. So the gay dad thinks that Angel, that's the stripper. He's also just a straight man. He's gay for pay, but he's not gay. So there's a point where he thinks that Angel betrayed him. So he's like, I'm gonna kill him off. So he sends his goon to shoot him at the bus stop. Yeah. Okay. Oh no! God, also I have to say his name is Traxon. Traxon, which I think is a wild name.
Traxon? Okay.
Yeah, like
all right, okay.
He's basically like, you know, he's dumb, he's ooga booga type of goon. He's
not
that
ooga,
one.
Not ooga booga. What type of goon is that?
Head empty, no thoughts. He's good for like being Kronk. Buff. Yes.
Okay.
Well, except Kronk is a sweetheart. Traxon's just the asshole.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, so he's supposed to shoot up Angel at the bus stop, so he just lets the blick off, like. So he naturally kills the other people who are at the bus stop, but they timed it to where it seems like he hit Angel with one of the bullets, but really, when he would have hit Angel with the bullets, there was someone directly in. There was like someone partially in front of Angel, so really he doesn't hit Angel at all. And so Angel's just on the ground playing dead, and Big Dumb Traxton is just like, "Oh, he's dead.
He's
I'm gonna
dead.
leave."
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this was a clever. This was actually pretty more clever than I expected for Tyler Perry. I mean, I kind of figured Angel was probably alive, but like, I actually thought for a second he was like a couple seconds. I was like, oh, this nigga just blipped them all down.
Also, like to that point, like with the no body, no death, there is like a framing to important character deaths that if it doesn't do that in my mind, I'm like, oh, they're not dead.
Yeah, like it's not a proper send off. It's
Yeah.
just like either this is just you have to be bringing them back. It's just no way. It's not a complete story. Like you could tell when I think a good character death is like, okay, this is the end of the line. Like when Dumbledore dies,
Sure,
you're like, oh shit, Dumbledore's dead. That nigga
Sure.
not coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he planned it later on, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring up Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But
Well, we're not sponsored by Joanne. She gets no money from us.
fuck JK.
Yeah, fuck turfs.
We love tay-k though. We don't fuck with JK.
Didn't tay-k kill? So okay, I've referenced tay-k at least twice on the pod before this. I don't think we've ever actually said what tay-k killed a guy, right?
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Like 10 years ago, more than that, a like 17-year-old rapper named tay-k shot like he robbed and shot an old man. I don't remember.
Or I think it was like a him and his friends might have like shot one of their ops or something.
Yeah, something like he killed a guy. He killed a guy.
He probably has killed more before that. I mean, alleged. I don't know you tay-k, but this doesn't seem like your first time.
And he got caught, and he got not his sentence wasn't house arrest, but he got house arrest to like keep him still until the court date or whatever the correct language is of that. And so during house arrest, he fled house arrest
and dropped one of the best songs of all time.
An incredible song about how he is dodging house arrest called The Race.
But I ain't beat that case, bitch, I did the race.
But I ain't beat that case, bitch, I did the race.
I have to say, like...
And he shot the music video
while on the run.
He has his monitor anklet thing on him in the video, I believe. And authorities were like, well, there he is. I found him. And so they go get him, and he is still in jail to this day. And it's so funny because most people know him now. Probably, if you haven't heard his music, you would probably recognize him as one of the people that Zach Fox says to free at the beginning of the Jesus is the One song.
Wait, he does say
he says free Palestine,
Jesus
free tay-k.
Is the one. Honestly.
Yeah. And I'm like, definitely free Palestine, but also like, I don't know, tay-k killed a guy.
Like, maybe not free him, but I think he should have access to a microphone and a full recording setup so he could drop some bangers in jail.
Yeah, if Lil Wayne can drop like 2 out of 5 albums in jail, get him in a booth. Also, like, I am conflicted about it because he was like 17.
Yeah, that's another thing.
He killed a guy. Like, not to soften that. He murdered a man.
But you gotta think about which puts you in a position at 17 to like actually want to kill somebody.
Yeah, poverty, local gang violence, failures in the establishment. The schools probably suck, and then you find a group of people that are like, "Hey, all we have is each other," right? And so you say, "I'm gonna protect this thing," and then like, "This guy's gonna come hurt us. Here's a gun." You know, it's like it's.
I don't think who you are is set at 17 either.
I don't think who you are exists at 17. I'm definitely not who I was at 17.
Like, thank God I'm not.
Yeah, he sucked. He was miserable and very vocal about liking white girls. Thank God that I'm not him anymore. You know,
you cured of your milk morality.
And it's so funny because, like, when I think about the women, or I guess the girls that I actually dated while I was a child, it was mostly not white girls. Like, it's so weird how that happens, I guess. I don't know.
What? Yeah, I look at some of my exes, I'm like, oh shit. Oof.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm here today.
I'm glad you're here today, too, where I am.
Childless and full of weed.
Speaking of where we are, where else can they find us, Elia?
You can find us on Blue Sky, TikTok, and anywhere else they have podcasts at Black Nerdy Scholars.
We also have just started a Patreon. Come join us to office hours after this. We are going to record some more and put out a secondary episode just for the patrons. And I'm going to put a clip of it here.
Elite Milk.
Elite Milk? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, because
that's what I call my
okay.
my favorite white people. Elite Milk, or that's top tier milk.
Okay. Okay.
Who's an example? Another example of some elite milk.
Okay, hold on. Ranking
They're probably on the bottom right.
White women. Good. Look how much fun that we're having. If we see you again, thanks. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay black, stay nerdy, and read books.
Please read.
Read a book. Read Frankenstein.
Read Frankenstein. You might really love it. I love it, so you should love it. Just kidding. You don't have to love it. Just don't tell me.